welcome back, everybody. Well, this week's going to be super special to me, yours truly, Mr. 12-Foot Chain, because this song is on one of the first two records that I bought with my own money. This is Magic by Olivia Newton-John. And yeah, the first, I'm a rock guy through and through, right? But yeah, as a 10, 11-year-old, when this was new, this was on the Xanadu soundtrack. And I bought my hard-earned money for mowing lawns and washing cars, whatever I was doing at 10, 11 years old to earn my allowance. I bought the Xanadu soundtrack and the Grease soundtrack as the first records I bought with my own money. Come to find out later that the writer of this song, or co-writer, or writer and producer, John Farrar, he also plays guitar on this, was also collaborating with Olivia Newton-John on a lot of stuff, and those big hits for her on the Grease soundtrack, a lot of them were his songs too. Anyway, just phenomenal. And the guitar is amazing, but it's super challenging if you try and figure this out with standard tuning, because it's not in standard tuning. And I'm going to give you the scoop on what that's all about. Okay, so yeah, this song was written by John, or written or co-written by John Farrar, and he played guitar on it. And as I was saying, I had scoured the internet for like somebody that's really got this, that's matching on guitar what I'm hearing on the record, and I'm like, nope, nope, nope. Even watching live performances when Olivia Newton-John from years ago, she was still with us. Nope, that's no. I mean, it sounds great, but no, it's not what's on the record. Until one day, I found this. Finally, I found this video of somebody, and he's playing it, and he's got the song playing in the background, and I'm like, yeah, the harmonic. That's what I'm hearing. It's the harmonic, and yeah, he's got that. That sounds right. I think that's right. And I dropped a comment in his video. I tried to get a hold of him. He's got a very interesting story. I finally got a hold of him. His name is Ron Jessurun, and I said, Ron, tell me the story of what happened here, how you found out what this is. And he was good enough to share it with me. And I've got a few minutes of that, of our conversation, where Ron can tell you exactly the story. And spoiler alert, he found out from the man himself what the tuning was for this song. So he's got it right. So let's listen in. This is Ron Jessurun from Corona, California. And let's hear his story. Ron, thank you very much. It's very nice to meet you, and I'm flattered that you replied to my email that I reached out to you on. So I'm very thankful that you did so.
Well, it's great to meet you too. I admire your channel and been following it for a while.
Well, thank you. So as I was telling the audience in the setup here, so I was surfing around, and this song has always been special to me because it was like I was a kid when Xanadu and all that came out, and when the song came out, and for whatever reason, I was moved to buy this album and the Grease soundtrack with my first money, like the money buying records for the first time with my own money, kind of thing. And this was one of the songs, obviously, that stuck out, and it's always been there. When it comes on the radio, I'll never turn it off. I'm like way more of a rock person, but for whatever reason, I've got a soft spot for this, but I could never figure this out on guitar. I knew that there were harmonics and things going on, and the people that I would look to online, I just could tell were not doing it like what I was hearing on the record. And I stumbled across your video. I was like, oh my gosh, I think he's got it. and then I read what you said a little bit in the description, so I'll leave it there. So first, wanted to thank you and give you credit, because I think you obviously nailed this, and there's a reason why. But tell me the whole story of, like, what did you figure out on your own, maybe ahead of time, and then what what was the clincher? And it sounds like you actually got the real story of what's the secret behind this song on guitar.
Yeah, well, so a long time ago, I probably tried to learn that song, and I go, oh, cool, I love those harmonics. And I tried it on standard tuning. I go, wait a minute, something's going on here. I guess I gave up at that point. And then years later, maybe a couple of years ago, I gave it another shot. So I well, I know the first chord's a D, so I go, okay, maybe it's in D tuning, So I tried that, and I was able to get the first couple chords and maybe a little bit into the song, but a lot of the chords were hard to play, and I couldn't really get the voicings, So
Yeah.
so and in December of 2023, I saw John Farrar's Facebook page, and I go, I'm going to shoot him a message and just see what happens.
John
What
Farrar
was
being John Farrar being the guitar player and the writer and the
yes,
producer for the
yes. Thanks
song,
for
right?
clarifying that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and so I go, okay, I might not hear anything, but so I told him, hey, I'm trying to figure out your awesome song, and I think it's in D tuning. Can you give me any tips or whatever? And so about 4 months later, he wrote back and he goes, and it was a short message. He goes, oh, thanks for your wonderful comments about the song. I used a different tuning, and he told me the tuning, which is F sharp, B, D sharp, F sharp, B, D sharp. And he goes, I don't remember what key the song was in. If it wasn't B, I used a capo. So I go, okay, it's got to be capo third fret on that, then to make it a D. So and that was it. He goes, that was pretty much the message. So I thanked him for that, and I go,
That's crazy.
so
I mean, I mean, how often, like, number one, like, how great is it that we live in a time that we could
yeah,
actually communicate and reach out to all these artists that and guitar players who, that they're willing to share, number one, but that we can
yeah,
get in touch with them. I mean, how great is that?
it's super great, and he's written so many great songs too, and but Magic is a special song.
So when you capo that on the third fret, what that then, if memory, you can see over my shoulder, I've got my third fretted capoed Strat
Oh
like
yeah,
you
there
do,
you go. Yeah,
because I've been working on the song. Um, I think what that means is when you capo it with that tuning, the sixth string becomes an A note, right?
um, yeah,
And then the fifth string is a D. So it's almost like it's a D mini bar chord, but not really. You're making it so the fifth string I think is a D when you play it open. Then the fourth string is the major third of that, right?
yeah, that's right.
So it goes like D, and then the major third of the D, and then the fifth of the D is the next string, and it's almost like a mini bar chord, but not quite. And
Yeah,
then the highest note ends up being
that would be
that
a
that's the major third again.
yeah, yeah.
Fascinating,
So
fascinating,
I think at the time I probably made myself a little fretboard map, because of course
right?
like the whole new tuning, it's like, oh no, where are the notes? So yeah, that's what I did probably to start figuring it out, and
That's great.
a little trial and error here and there, and
When I found the video and I was watching you play it, I was like, those are totally weird, unnatural, like uncommon chord shapes. I'm like, what is he doing? And then obviously I saw you were capoed, and
yeah,
for whatever reason, I figured when you did the harmonic, I think I was able to, from that, I was able to figure out what the tuning
the
is with the
tuning.
capo on it. But for me, like just because I don't read music, I can watch and I can figure a lot out by ear. Just it got me in the ballpark. It was all I needed to eventually to be able to get it. And so I've been woodshedding it for the last couple weeks to try and get it. Cause I'm like, I want to do a lesson on this song, but I want to make sure
Well,
Ron here gets the credit.
well, thank you for that. I don't know if it's 100% correct, but I think I got pretty close. So
I do too.
I don't know how he wrote the song, if the tuning inspired the song, or if he had it on keyboards or something, and then made the tuning around that, because that first two chords is kind of a strange little progression anyway. But
Yeah.
another thing I found, for me anyway, that a lot of upstrokes on the chords help that chime kind of ring out a little
I
better.
agree. It's
So
mysterious sounding.
yeah, it's mysterious, and Yeah,
almost almost magical,
it
I'd
is.
say.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, number one, again, thank you so much for your contribution and doing all that, and the fact that you had the thought to reach out to John and actually ask him, can you share the tuning? And he
Yeah,
responded. That's so awesome.
it was a surprise. I was going, man, I should check my messages more, because it was like it's been there for like 2 or 3 weeks in my box, you know.
Well, Ron, again, thanks so much for everything that you've done and your help for me anyway to try and figure
Well,
this
you're
out.
very welcome. Thanks, Doug.
All right, thanks so much, Ron. And by the way, after the camera stopped rolling, we kept talking. Come to find out, Ron is a master builder apprentice at the Fender Custom Shop. So he's living his best life down there. One day when I have enough money, I will call up Ron and I will spec out the Strat of all time that I always wanted. I don't even know what that is. Anyway, so you heard from the man himself. The tuning on your guitar that you need to do is it's like an open B tuning, but it's F sharp, B, E flat on the 6th, 5th, and 4th, F sharp, B, E flat, and then you repeat them again on the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st string. F sharp, B, E flat, F sharp, B, E flat. Then the song is in D, so then you capo it up on 3. And what you get now is an open D chord with an A in the bass. So now it's A, D, and the major third of the D, which is F sharp. So, and then repeat. So what you have here are octaves. There you go, they just repeat. And that's a D chord with an A in the bass. So I'm going to show you all the chord shapes that are going on here. I'm not even going to pretend to tell you what those chord names are. You'll see them over my shoulder like you normally do, and those chord pitches will be correct on there. I have no idea. I just had to figure out, I watched Ron and got a lot from him, and then I listened to audio and listened to the isolated stuff, and I found some other things that I think are voicings that are happening, but you'll see all the charts there, okay? Okay, for my signal chain, there's basically clean that happens for all of the rhythm stuff, and then there's the guitar solo where there's, I think, some overdrive sound going on. I'm going to have all the details of what I've got going on here, if you like the way it sounds, down in the description below, okay? All right, so there's our open D tuning. Now, that sort of opening, everything sort of starts falling into place now. So you have an octave. Your octave, and you're going to have you're going to have harmonics. You're going to have harmonics that are all over the place here. So you got to find where your sort of 12th fret harmonics are. We're capoed up on 3, so now 15 is what normally is our 12th fret harmonic, right? And then this is the 7th fret harmonic on 10. And the 5th fret harmonic on whatever that is, 8. So we're going to be doing a lot of those. So that intro, the chord shapes then are your harmonic across the strings 1 through 4. We're going to pedal on this 5th string. And then we're going to make this what normally would be an F shape. So the 2 chord shapes are, you can have that 1st string ring open. Isn't that great? And he's got this pedal tone on the, what is a D note, on the 5th string. So the rhythm of those 2 chords is roughly like this. You hit this pedal tone, it's actually, you hit it twice. The second time is with that harmonic. but that's the riff. Okay, we're going to move along now after our riff, and we're moving into the verse now. And I'm just going to play the positions of the chords, and then we'll talk about the feel of what's happening, right? So we're going to move off of our first riff. So our 7th and 5th fret. Okay, so that was a lot, right? There's like some unnatural chord shapes on there. But one more time, just taking you through the shapes. Harmonic, harmonic. You have a couple ghost notes that are just open. This chord shape here with an open D, your open 5th string, it's like a keyboard chord. It's matching the keyboard chord. That's a familiar shape, right? But it's a different sound. Whoops. Which puts you right in position for your next, this minor 7 chord. Which moves to this. Now we're going to have our low A note for these next 2 chords. Taking us back into it. Right, so that's the vibe. Beautiful, right? So just beautiful piece of writing. Then we're going to go leading into our chorus, right? Have to believe we are magic, right? So this is how I'm hearing it and like to play it. You can either go, but I like having that pedal note. Isn't that a great chord? Second time. How great is that? Right? Run through that one more time. And then beautiful. Check this one out. Woo! Then it's just harmonics. That's where the keyboard is doing like this. Right? That sort of a thing. But the guitar is just doing the harmonic. Except he does it correctly. And then we resolve to so that's the verse and chorus formation. Isn't that awesome? the other part is the guitar solo. So on the guitar solo, the rhythm guitar is just doing this thing. All day long during that whole solo. And on the solo, I'm going to show you in this crazy ass tuning what it is. You can hear it. It's very pentatonic in its nature. I haven't worked it out on standard tuning, but I can just, from what I can hear, it's right in there. It seems like it's right in that sort of D minor pentatonic space, in my opinion. But I'm going to show you how to do it in this tuning here. And I'm going to kick on some overdrive. He may play with the whammy bar, because it sort of sounds like he's doing something like, you know, something like that, but that's not me. I like doing the pre-bend. So I'll do it slowly. I'm not gonna be able to explain how this is. I'll do it slowly for you. All right, so that's the low harmony. Now the high one comes in. I don't know what the last note is. It sort of sounds like there is no last note. It sort of sounds like it just trails off there on the harmony. Might be that. So enough blabbing. One more time clean. I'll do the low, and then I'll do the high, and then you can see them together. And the high one comes in. Sort of. And here's what it sounds like together. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was Magic by Olivia Newton-John and John Farrar, and the great guitar work and production of John Farrar. What an amazing, amazing piece of music that is. And John, if you've stumbled on this video and you're still watching all the way at the end here, should have said at the beginning, but thank you. Thank you for this, and thank you for sharing with Ron what that tuning was for you, so we could all sort of work on it and enjoy it and try and sound like you. Okay, so if this is the kind of thing that you like and you haven't done so yet, please jump down, click subscribe, ring the bell, and let me know in the comments what you thought about this. Give me a thumbs up if you like, by the way. Let me know, by the way, if there's another song you want me to take on and do a lesson similar. And until next week, take care, everybody.